Bros and hams, hams and bros, bro hams, and of course, ladies. Welcome back to an episode of Minecraft Bed Wars. Today, I'm going to be telling you a story about how I got a referral in the 4th grade, and it's a pretty good story, so I hope you listen up. The first thing to mention is that there was this science Olympiad. Basically, you choose from a list of events that you want to do, and based on how well you do in those events is like what your grade is, or just bragging rights, or just whatever. It's just some competition. Pretty stupid if I say so myself. But the very first event in this was the egg drop competition, and if you don't know what the egg drop competition is, basically you have an egg and you put it in a contraption that you make, and you see if when you drop it, does the egg break. The eggs were dropping from like 2 feet in the air, so like obviously they weren't gonna break. But yeah, so my friend and I are like, okay, this is a boring challenge, like come on, like you can't, it's just not how it works. You're gonna hit me, aren't you? Alright, oh, you got lag back, and you absolutely combo me. What is that? Dude, what? Thanks for the lag back, dude. So this is by far the most boring thing ever. No one's eggs are breaking because their moms like gave them like a Publix can, and they put cotton balls in there, shoved an egg in there, and dropped it from half a foot. They weren't breaking. My friend and I are like, okay, this is the most boring thing ever. Like, what are we gonna do to make this not boring? And this kid was next to us, and he's like, all right. He was pretty popular, and he's like, guess what? I bet I could lift this bench. And we're like, no way. It's probably bolted to the ground and stuff. You could never do that. I don't know why I said blue. You good? Yeah, let's go. Come on. Oh my gosh, this guy was supposed to like die. What? He's cross teaming over here, dude? That's not cool. Are you serious about to do this? Bye. Blue, your help did not help. So this kid goes and he lifts up the bench, and all the girls are like, whoa, that is absolutely nuts. How could you lift up that bench? That was like 4 million pounds. And he's like, yeah, I know, I'm pretty strong, you know, I work out a lot, and my friend and I, we're not buying this. Like, come on, we know you aren't some macho 4th grader. That's just not how this works. So we go and we also lift up the bench, and as we suspected, it was super light. Okay, the school probably didn't spend money on like a decent bench, so it was pretty light. It wasn't bolted to the ground or anything. I guess, I don't know, the school was like, hey, you know what costs money? Screws. You know what we're not gonna put in it? Screws. So whatever. So no screws in there. And this kid's like, come on, dude, I had all these girls thinking it was the heaviest thing ever, and you blew my cover. So whatever, I could care less. But he's like, okay, I gotta get my clout back. So he says, all right, what if I lift this bench up with one hand? Do you think I could lift this bench up with one hand? And my friend and I are like, yeah, you probably could. It's pretty light. And all the girls were like, no, you couldn't. It's really heavy. Like they obviously just like went along with anything he said. So, you know, whatever, because he was popular. So he lifts it up with one hand, and the girls are like, wow, can I feel your muscles? And like, I don't know, just, it was really cringy. They're from 4th grade. I was like, bro, you guys are whack. So the teacher, she turns around after hearing all of this noise, and she's like, okay, what is the issue? What's going on here? Like, why aren't you paying attention to the people who work very hard on their contraption that their parents helped with? So yeah, whatever. And she sees the guy lifting up the bench, and she's like, whoa, you can't be doing that. That is that's against the rules. And the rule book explicitly says, you know, you cannot lift up the bench. It's just, come on, you're supposed to know these things. So whatever. He's like, okay, what's my punishment? And he was the assistant principal's son, so like he never got any punishment. And the teacher was like, all right, here's your punishment. You're gonna have to sit alone at snack time. And the kid is like, no, you can't allow me to sit alone at snack time. Like, that's insane. You can't possibly think that I would do this. So, you know, he puts me under the bus and is like, okay, well, he was doing it too. And the teacher's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He was doing it? And so I was like, all right, I guess I'll take my sitting alone at snack time as a punishment. But no, that wasn't my punishment. My punishment was getting a referral, which that's pretty stupid. How does it go from sitting alone at snack time to a referral? Like, explain, please. I guess it's because my parents weren't the assistant principals. So, you know, whatever. It was stupid. They called my mom, and my mom obviously cared less. Like, she didn't care I was in 4th grade. Like, bro, he broke something that was quote-unquote already broken. That's stupid. But that wasn't my only punishment. My other punishment was not being allowed to go to the science Olympiad. But I didn't want to do that anyway because it was boring. So, like, took a dub there. My other punishment was that I wasn't allowed to sit at recess. Like, come on, dude. How are you going to take away my kickball? So, like, whatever. They take away my kickball, and another teacher's there, and she's like, sir, you know why you're here? It's because you're lazy. It's because you're terrible. It's because you're the worst student ever. You're never going to be anything in life. Which I was like, what? That makes no sense. Like, you know, whatever. So, next year comes around, and she was the advanced placement teacher or whatever. So, she really wants me in her class because apparently I'm super smart. But I said, heck no, I'm out of there. Went with the cool class, and that's my story. Alright, GG's. Bye, boys. GBB's bye.